Hello everyone, this is Cookies, and I've got turn 28, and as a reminder, we had an event last turn where our lab burned down, so I have a feeling we're not going to be able to pull graphs anymore, because I'm not going to be able to save up for the 30,000 gold for that. But we do have a few messages from Xibalba. I found a fucking crystal citadel, are you kidding me? Which I believe comes with a free fort as well. So Xibalba's very excited. I've been waiting to attack Kidzin. Okay, yeah, it seems like a very logical war. Or waiting for Kidzin to attack me for a couple of turns now, but he's somehow decided to attack someone else. Big mistake. The zoo is almost here. Regards, the zookeeper. Yeah, geographically, that seems like a just a very logical war to have. Is that the same message twice? No, I just read the second one again. All right. What are the odds of finding a citadel from Russian Conjuration 3 to search D9 and finding a citadel for a recruitable mage from that fort to find another citadel using a G9 search spell? Insanity. Okay. And it looks like, yeah, Lanka did go after Hinnom over that bump. And then, which I think that's going to make Hinnom toast. We'll see, though, if Lanka has to pull back to fight Xibalba. And then we've got some Mekone TNG action. Interesting, but no versus TNG, so maybe they came to an arrangement. We have an underwater thug. Full kit, headdress of the bull. I think the buffalo drowned. Mind Shield, Champions Gladius. Oh, damn. It hits for 38, and it has luck and quickness. So that's 4 attacks. Yeah, should be able to clear this, I think. Now, combat speed is still pretty decent. Yeah, I think he'll be good. Especially with Mist Form. As a reminder, he's also got Awe 3. And the Bless is Quickness, Blood Surge, and Awe. Yeah, these Tritons are struggling to even pass the Awe check. Okay. Then an attack into Midland. This is more like an HP sink and protects the commander. And then we have the actual killing power. Ooh, rough fights though. And Jade Maidens. Looks like Hinnom was expecting this here. Alright, place your bets for who wins now. Looks like he missed some blesses. Yeah. As a reminder, this is Hinnom's Bless. Vampiric Weapons and Berserker. Let's see, 17 attack. I mean, with Berserker, they're not going to have a problem with Awe. At least once they go Berserk. They'll be able to hit through the defense. I think Hinnom wins this. The Jade Maidens might have a hard time. I think the Rephites take this. Let's see. Uh-oh, Commanders. Alright, we'll watch this bit back here, and then we'll quit really quick and check out the front bit. Alright. Probably not the best way to show that, but just so you know what happens in the back. Alright, now it's the main fight. Any kid on the milk cart? No kid. That's most of the killing power. Pause really quick. Okay, so that fight in the back is still going on. So we're not going to see the Avites for a bit. This could be good for Hinnom. So more of the solos are going to burn up on the fire shield. The Berserk pony, the Berserk lizards. Alright, so it looks like the commander could get away. Yeah. That's where that combat speed is helpful. And this guy should have gotten a ton of experience. No? 6 melee kills? I guess not. I was thinking, I guess it doesn't give you XP if stuff burns up on your fire shield. That makes sense. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and track Lanka, and then we'll come back to the others. So in Liss, got another small group of Palankasha going after some barbarians. Should be easy. Four of them didn't get blessed, but shouldn't matter. Okay. Although having that many additional troops made a big difference in the fight with Hinnom. Let's see, Helbathria. Just some birds. Was hoping to get a commander snipe, but didn't get it. And then Spring Bay. Alright, Spring Bay. Let's see. We've got an Enchanted Pike, Boots of Longstride. Pretty basic thug. Alright, so I think that's... Lanka's up 2 out of 3 in the war, but did lose a small army. But also gained 2 independent provinces, so there's reinforcements on the way. Let's go ahead and check out the rest. We've got Fomoria. The full army going after the throne. As a reminder, this is what we're looking at. So he's brought his pretender. Or no, this is a hero. Immortality, Great Mage. Can do Winds of Death, Rigor Mortis, and Wailing Winds. So we got some Fomorian Kings with a bunch of air gems. We also have some wizards defending the throne. So maybe a fair number of elementals, maybe a few soul slaves. Oh, they did a communion. Last Partholonian puts up Twilight. Well, I guess we did that communion to do Body Ethereal? I'm not sure. Let's see, these guys are doing air elemental spam. Yeah, just blessings into air elementals. Alright, we'll catch the fight in the back later. Yeah, elementals really did seem to get a little bit worse. It'd be I think it would be a nice small buff if they didn't change sizes. Alright, so the dog's one back here. Alright, let's go ahead and check this out again. I want to see the battle in the back. And then also check really quick to see if the mages hit gear. This guy did. But it's only a direwolf pelt. Okay. Yeah, that was a solid attacker. Nice. So loses 22 of the Bargeist, which is, I think, pretty normal. They do have Dark Power 3, which gives them some okay stats, but nothing too crazy. I suppose they are sacred, so we can pull up Fomoria's Bless really quick. Oh, alright, so solar weapons, a bunch of resist, blur, reinvigoration. And loses one unmarked, one Numidian, and 18 Bone Tribe. Super solid. Very well done. In Uliatham, let's see, with Helheim. Barbarians are migrating. Then we've got Lombaria. I wonder if this isn't somebody's got to be declaring on TNG. And then Genom. This is a merc company. Trying to get to that leadership. I got it. Alright. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. Let's see, we've got Xibalba's Crystal Citadel. So Earth 2, I think he's already got Glamour because he's also got this lady. And he's also got his own native mage core. Let's see. Would help if I clicked on the actual mages. Oh, maybe he'd... Oh, so this is Glamour too. Okay. Which eventually means he'll have a Glamour 3. Because with E2, G2, you can break into both Glamour boosters eventually. Might just need one Empower or to trade for one item. Has a lot of stuff. Has done a fair amount of site searching. Oh, and then the other thing, do I get crafts still? Oh, maybe I do. Interesting. Okay. Because it's a site. Alright, so that's good. It's not... I was worried that that would stop working without the lab, because all the sites went red, but I think that's just for gym income. So I think I still get the reveals all score graphs. Yeah, all this stuff is just gonna pop out. I'm a little surprised Lanka just left Xibalba here. He's really... like, this is so far away from his capital. Okay, so this is where Hinnom chose to defend. Alright, and then we've got Sayir here. So they'll be able to help out for protecting the capital. Still not seeing any long dead from Hinnom. And that is a national strength for Hinnom, or the national long dead you can get with shamans. And I think it would really help increase the amount of stuff he has. It's also immune to awe, so it might be alright against the Palinkashas. Or at least it can hold the line for a bit. Marverni did not move to retake, which is surprising to me. So he lost the tempo to take this throne. And he lost the... He hasn't retaken tempo to go after this. Sauromatia is still heavily on the border. I mean, if Marverni doesn't get moving, he's only going to get his own stuff back, probably. Because Sauromatia is going to take all this. Yeah, this is very clearly an invasion. Mekone's going to love 3 pearls. Hers moved away. Maybe they came to an agreement over Berman Heights. A little sad for me. I was thinking it would have been really solid for her to try and take all this. And he's got Mekone attacking as well. So we've got barbarians running around here. Berytos still has this large underground too. Alright. pretty quiet turn, aside from the explosive fighting between Lanka and Hinnom, probably over that bump over land that Lanka considered theirs. So this is Lanka trying to exact vengeance. But that was a rough fight. That was 17 Palankasha. And they killed 7 Jade Maidens. I think the bless matchup is favorable to Hinnom. Well, I mean, somewhat. I mean, quickness is still really good, but the awe is not particularly useful versus Hinnom. But Hinnom still might be toast. He's kind of upset Marverni. Sauromatia looks aggressive, and he's upset Lanka. All right, let's check out some graphs. So for provinces, Lanka's up a bit, so now Lanka's in first. And I like how it's taking Lanka fighting a war, and it's taken winning a war for 2 other players to get to the same amount of territory as Berytos had coming out of expansion. And then rounding out the top 5 is Mekone and Hinnom. And that's Hinnom despite losing territory. For forts, we've got Berytos and TNG. For income, we've got Berytos and And this is the advantage of having full scales versus everyone else that probably has, you know, certain blesses or stuff like that. So it's a pretty significant income boost. And they both did, Berytos did well in expansion and won that war. With gem income, we've got TNG out in front, followed by Mekone and Lanka. Mekone especially, getting those gems from TNG. Blood income. Let's see. Berytos has dropped off significantly, but Xibalba's finally kicked it into a higher gear. This could be maybe moving a blood hunting province. We're trying to get a little bit more research done. So Berytos out in front on that, followed by TNG. And then Marverni a little bit. So Marverni's trying to hit some tech. Probably the boars and maybe gifts from heaven. I think those would be 2 good pieces of tech to have as Marverni before jumping into combat, if you could help it. In terms of Dominion, we've got Marverni, TNG, and Hinnom. For army size, Berytos way out in front, followed by and Xibalba. This is probably representative of him starting to summon Seir. And also dumping air gems into Draconians. Has he started getting Seir yet? Oh, Shed. So he's going for Shed. Okay. Sorry about that. Been sneezing a lot this morning. Trying to avoid getting it on the recording. And interesting. So once he gets a big enough ball of Shed, he's using the Draconians for patrolling, I bet. And he just got them. That might let him go attack someone, or it might let him just do another province of blood hunting. It's a lot of Draconians. All right. So I think Berytos is scaling pretty hard. TNG does have their Demons of the Heavenly River, so that'll probably be their key for trying to defeat this Mekone army. There's more Mekone stuff on the way. Interesting that he didn't opt to get this throne first. Now, Mekone does get spies, so maybe he moved a spy under here and... Oh, sorry. And discovered that it was the Throne of Death, and maybe he didn't particularly want the Throne of Death. Especially to go with his misfortune scales. So that could be why he moved away. Sorry about that. But I'm about to wrap up. So I think that's it for turn 28. Be really interesting to see what ends up happening between Mekone and TNG. Because this looks like it could try to do a defense here, especially if these demons can make it here. I do think this Mekone army is going to go on Sinextro, though. So if all this stuff moves to Winden, and then if the demons can move from here to the Palisades, then maybe we could see a defense there. We'll have to see. Now, TNG's taken a fair amount of attrition recently, so he's still trying to rebuild a bit. And he didn't even get the fort out of it, so Ballin's technically still alive. Although he's got an AI. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. So I'll go ahead and see you in turn 29. Have a good one. Bye.